So come to sit up nice and tall. If it feels more comfortable to integrate onto your back, you're more than welcome. Maybe you come to sit on a block, or maybe you just sit with your legs crossed. Bring your palms to your inner thighs. Maybe you bring one hand to your heart, the other to your belly. But just give yourself this moment here, this permission to settle in, to come to this mat space with a sense of presence, with acceptance for where you are. So just begin to take note of your body, what it's telling you, your mind, your breath. And just find there's a moment here of stillness. Now take a deep breath in, fill up through the nose, feel the air rise from your belly to the crown of your head. Open the mouth, exhale, sigh it out, deep breath out. One more full, big breath in comes from the belly, lifts through your heart to the crown of your head. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. We'll come to set an intention here for our practice. So as you come to this space of presence, I invite you here to look at your practice through this lens of self-acceptance. And as you leave here today, how can you start to practice this idea of self-acceptance for exactly where you are? Truly having faith in exactly where you need to be and accepting others as they come. So take a deep breath in, fill up with the courage for your intention of acceptance. Open that mouth, exhale, let it go. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Gently start to open your eyes. As you inhale, reach your fingertips overhead. Feel a nice stretch through your shoulders. Spiral your pinkies in as you reach up a little bit taller. As you exhale, start to fold forward. Bring your fingertips out in front of you. Your legs are still crossed here. Your shin bones are rooted down to the mat. Start to press your palms into the earth here to stay active through your shoulders as you start to walk your palms out a little further towards the front of the room. As you inhale, start to slowly lift back up to your seat. And as you exhale, we'll come to lie all the way down on your back, getting ready for a little core warm-up before we get started. So come to lie all the way down. Bring your knees over your hips. Point your toes towards the ceiling. Keep that 90-degree bend in your legs as you allow your shins to become parallel to the sky. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Keep your elbows out nice and wide. Chin lifts off of your chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, crunch your shoulders off of the mat and hold here. Stay firm, squeeze into your low core. Allow your shoulders to lift a little bit higher. Keep your knees over your hips. Feel your low belly turn on. We're here for 4. We'll lower lift in 3, 2, and 1. We take it down, inhale. Exhale, lift. We lower and lift. Squeeze your belly as you lift up. Bring your gaze up towards the sky. Keep your toes flexed. You got this, elbows out wide for 8, 7, 6, 5. Hold at the top in 4. In 3, shoulders stay lifted in 2. And 1, shoulders lift. We add a pulse, pulse. Exhale, exhale. Keep your chest towards your knees, elbows still wide. Here for 4. Hold your shoulders up for 3. In 2, 1, shoulders stay lifted. Take a breath in. As you exhale, slowly start to lower your heels towards the sky, towards the mat rather. So your knees are still bent. You're lowering your heels. Then as you inhale, lift back up. So keep your shoulders lifted. You can always drop your shoulders and take a little bit of the weight out of your low core. But keep your shoulders lifted as you start to connect to your breath, your power. You got this, team. We lower and lift. Keep your knees bent here for 4. Hold static hold at the top in 3, 2, 1. Hold here at the top. Keep your shoulders lifted. You're almost there for 4, 3 knees to chest into. And 1, release your shoulders, hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a quick break, rock from side to side. Then start to rock and roll the length of your spine. We'll meet in a forearm plank last little bit here. So come over, gain enough momentum here so that you can roll over to your forearms, forearm plank. Bring your toes rooted into the mat. Keep your forearms parallel with one another. Start to press into your forearms here as you flex your shoulders towards the sky. Now take a breath in. As you exhale, tap your right knee towards your right tricep as you make that connection here. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, tap knee to left tricep. We take it center, right, center, left. Squeeze your belly here for 4. Last bit, Sphinx pose in 3. You got this, team, for 2. And 1, Sphinx pose, lower all the way down to your belly. Find your release here. Flip the tops of your feet into the mat. Press into your forearms as you lift your heart up towards the sky. Feel this restorative back bend. Lift up through your heart. Feel that expansion. Take 1 more breath in here. Press into your forearms. As you exhale, lower your chin towards the mat. Then bring your palms under your shoulders, preparing for baby cobra. So zipper your thighs together. Press into the tops of your feet. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift your chest up. Breathe here as you press into your tops of your feet. Little to no weight in your palms. Start to lift a little bit higher. Round your shoulder blades behind you. Take 1 more breath in. Exhale, release, back down. Inhale, high plank. Tuck your toes, press up to your high plank. Navigate your shoulders over your wrists. Squeeze the earth here as you claw. Your fingertips bend into your finger pads. Take 1 more breath in. Exhale, bear pose. Hover your knees just 1 to 2 inches off of the mat here as if you're coming into your tabletop position. We'll get to tabletop in just a moment here, but feel your core active here as you start to press the earth away. Take 1 more breath in. Breath out, release to your tabletop position. Drop your knees, navigate your knees under your hips. Spread your palms apart as you navigate your shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, cat pose around through your spine. Tilt your chin in towards your chest. Press the earth away here as you round your shoulders. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cow. We'll take 1 more round breath to movement. Inhale, find cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale, come to your neutral tabletop. Exhale, puppy pose. So keep your hips lifted. Just start to walk your hands out in front of you. You can bring your chest towards the mat or your third eye if that feels good, but how can you start to tap in here to your activation, to your acceptance of exactly where you are? Where do you need to go here? Start to cherish in that present moment. Take 1 more breath in. Breath out. As you inhale, slowly make your way back to your tabletop. Walk your palms under your shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips high towards the sky. Send your tailbone up and back. Ground down through your index and thumb finger here as you spiral your biceps in towards one another. Allow your chest to melt closer to your thighs as you start to lengthen out through your spine. Find any movement here that's calling to you. Perhaps you bend into one leg and then the other. We'll find stillness here in your downward facing dog. As you inhale, gaze to the front of your mat. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Slowly tiptoe your feet to meet your wrists. Bring your feet hips width distance apart. Option to grab alternate elbows here as you bend your knees a little deeper. Allow your thighs to become a pillow for your belly as you rest your belly. Then drop the top of your head towards the earth. Shake your head no, shake your head yes. Relieve some tension here as you hang in this vulnerable version of you. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release your fingertips down to the mat. Start to toe heel your feet back together. Create this sliver of space between your heels and your toes. As you inhale, gently start to round up slowly with control to a standing position. Stack vertebrae on top of vertebrae. Your head is last to rise. Exhale, Samasthiti He. Stand in attention. Draw your thumbs to heart center as you close your eyes. Team, will breathe here together as we start to connect to our intention of acceptance for ourselves, of acceptance for others, knowing we are exactly where we need to be. Take a breath in, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. As you inhale, fill up with the courage, with the acceptance for you. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Gently start to blink your eyes open. Let's get started, team. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Reach your fingertips tall towards the ceiling and then breathe. Ground down through your heels and the arches of your feet as you squeeze your inner thighs together. Send your tailbone down, then bring your shoulders over your hips as you send your belly button in towards your spine. Spiral your pinkies in towards one another. On your next breath in, grow a little bit taller, reach towards the sky. Exhale, open arm twist towards the right. Send your right fingertips back, reach your left fingertips forward. Continue to find that foundation through your heels, so square out your hips as you send your left hip back. Inhale, come through center, extended mountain pose. Exhale, open arm twist towards the left. Send your left fingertips back in space, reach your right fingertips back. Find some stretch through your left shoulder here as you reach your fingertips to 1 inch back, but continue to work your right hip back to square out your pelvis. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Come through center, reach your fingertips high. As you exhale, interlace your fingers behind your head as if we're taking our crunches in core. So your fingers are interlaced, your elbows are out nice and wide. As you inhale, gently start to lift your heart towards the sky. This is a very little back bend here, just getting into our shoulders and our chest here as you start to feel this slight expansion. Send your pelvis forward, your heart up. Take one more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Release your fingertips as you fold your heart down. Lead with your heart, bring your fingertips to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw your fingertips towards your shin or your thighs. Create this one line of energy here, squeeze your shoulders. Breathe here as you send your tailbone back to the crown of your head forward. Take one more breath in. Exhale, high plank. Plant your hands, step your feet back, and hold firm in your foundation. Start to flex your shoulders towards the sky. Zipper your belly in. Start to bring your heels a little closer towards the mat here to feel that opening through your quads. As you inhale, shift forward slightly so your shoulders move past your wrists. Exhale, lower down halfway, high to low, push up chaturanga. Elbows tucked in, hold here, stay firm. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press into the tops of your feet, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Team, know you can take any variation of chaturanga that is calling to you, or you can always come to child's pose when you need. We'll move breath to movement here. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, open arm twist towards the right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, open arm twist towards the left. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your head, elbows wide. Inhale, lift up through your heart. Exhale, forward folds, come back down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, high to low plank, plant your hands, step your feet back. Move through your chaturanga. This is your journey. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We flow one more round, team. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or float forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose, root to rise. Exhale, open arm twist towards the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, open arm twist towards the left. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, interlace your fingers, elbows wide. Inhale, lift up through your heart. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank chaturanga. Step or float back. If you float back, bend into your elbows. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Pause here, send your heel a little bit higher. Point your toes down towards your mat here to square out your hips. Engage your glute as you lift your heel a little bit higher. Take another breath in. Exhale, knee to nose. Start to round through your shoulders. Think cat-like spine as you make that connection. Maybe you shift your shoulders past your wrists. Inhale, three-legged dog. Extend your right leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Step your foot in between your hands with control. Heel first and toes come to touch. Stay active, little to no weight in your fingers. Lift your belly off of your front thigh. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Reach your fingertips overhead. Find your breath here as you start to work your left hip forward to feel that stretch through your psoas muscle. Bend into your back leg. Keep a micro bend as you keep that 90-degree bend. That knee to heel alignment of your front leg. Spiral your pinkies in here, lift up through your heart. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we'll find eagle arms on the left. So bring your left arm under your right. You have options here. You can take a bear hug if your shoulders are tight by grabbing alternate shoulders, a single wrap of your arms, or a double wrap by bringing your palms together. You're still in this crescent lunge stance here. So just bring your elbows in line with your shoulders. Find the stretch in your shoulders as you bring your forearms away from your face. Nice, friends. As you inhale, slightly lift up through your heart. As you exhale, draw your elbows towards your top inner thigh. So bring your elbows towards your right thigh. You can rest on the top or come in towards your inner thigh here. Squeeze into your low core here. Drive into your front heel as you stay lifted through your heart. Take one more breath in, gaze forward. Exhale, standing forward fold. Unwind your arms, plant your fingertips, and step your left foot forward. Come to your standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink your seat low. Connect to your breath as you start to shift the weight into your heels. Maybe your toes start to lift. Draw your tailbone down and then zipper your belly in as you allow your heart to expand towards the front of the room. Keep your biceps by your ears, or maybe you goalpost your arms if your shoulders are feeling tight. Sink 1 inch lower, take a breath in. Exhale, chair plane. Reach your fingertips back behind you. Start to draw your biceps in towards one another and towards your midline as you squeeze into your arms. Sink a little bit lower. Ground down through your right heel. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose on the left. Lift your left knee in line with your hip. Reach your fingertips high and breathe. Now stay active through your low core here. Allow your low core to start to lift your leg. Then feel that engagement as you squeeze your left thigh. Point your toes forward. Square out your hips here. One more breath in. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Float back with control. Land your back toes first, then reach your fingertips behind you. Once again, think bringing your arms in towards your spine. Send your fingertips back behind you to feel that opening through your shoulders. Then bring your heart parallel towards your mat as you send the crown of your head forward. Think as if you're peeling over a ledge here to find that extension through your spine. Inhale, star pose. Start to lift towards the left as you expand through your heart. Bring your heels and your toes out. And as you find your breath, can you find more of a chest expansion as you reach your heart up towards the sky? Breath in. Exhale, warrior two towards the front of the room. Pivot your front toes to face forward. Find your heel to arch alignment, your front heel to the arch of your back foot. Then energetically reach for both sides of the room. Soften your gaze as you bend a little deeper into your front leg. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg. Flip your palm or reach up and back. Continue to breathe through your side body. Then send your left hip back. Your right hip towards the left side of the room. So your hips are coming parallel towards the left. As you allow yourself to reach 1 inch back, take another breath in. Exhale, high to low plank, chaturanga cartwheel your hands. Set to your high plank, then move through your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high and pause. As you find your breath, allow your heel to reach up towards the sky. Feel your glute turn on as you lift a little bit higher, then point your toes down. Take one more breath in. Exhale, knee to nose. Make that connection here as you round your shoulders, slightly shift forward. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge, step through and pause for a moment as you find your foundation. Your strongest version here as you zipper your belly in. Inhale, high crescent lunge, rise up with control. Use your core engagement. Breathe. Bring your shoulders over your hips. Send your right hip slightly back. Continue to lift up through your heel of your back foot. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, find eagle arms on the right. Right arm comes under your left. You can take any variation that's calling to you, whether that's grabbing for both shoulders, the single wrap, or the double wrap. Just be mindful here of your elbow placement. Allow your shoulders to feel this stretch. One more inhale, slightly lift your heart. Exhale, tap your elbows towards your thigh. You can land on the top of your thigh here or bring your elbows to your inner thigh if you're looking for a little twist. Take one more breath in, gaze at the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold to the front. Unwind your arms, plant your fingers, step your right foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, sink low. We've been here before, but where can you refine here and start to connect to your breath, your acceptance? Get a little bit deeper. You know you can here. One more breath in. Exhale, chair plane, reach your fingertips back. Keep your heart lifted here as you sink a little bit lower. Reach towards the back of the room. Ground down through your left heel this time. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana on the right. Lift your right knee high. Find your pause, your stillness. Connect to your drishti here as you allow yourself this balance. One more inhale. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Float your back toes. Reach your fingertips behind you. Find your control, your stability. Inhale, star pose, rotate towards the right. Bring your heels and your toes out. First, open through your fingertips as you lift your heart. Take another breath in. Exhale, warrior two towards the front of the room. Pivot your stance here, then drive through the knife edge of your back foot. Rotate your front knee to the pinky edge of your front foot here. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, reverse triangle, flip your front palm, reach up and back, straighten out your leg. Once again, feel that expansion as you breathe into your side body. Start to lift up through your heart. One more breath in. Exhale, high to low plank, chaturanga cartwheel your hands. Step your feet back, move through your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job, team. We'll start to move breath to movement here, and then we'll get a little break, so stay with your breath, stay with your connection. As you inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge, step through. Inhale, high crescent lunge, reach up tall. Exhale, eagle arms on the left. Left arm comes under your right. Inhale, lift up through your heart. Exhale, tap elbows towards your thigh. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, standing forward fold. Release your fingertips, step your left foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, chair pose, sink low. Exhale, chair plane, reach back. Grab down through your right heel. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose on the left. Left knee lifts. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Inhale, star pose. Heels in, toes out. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, high to low plank chaturanga. Cartwheel your hands. Move through your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice team, you got one more side. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, make that connection. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge, step through with control. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, eagle arms on the right. Right arm comes under left. Breath in, expand through your heart. Exhale, elbows towards your thighs. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, standing forward, fold, unwind your arms, step your right foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, chair plank. Stabilize through your left heel. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose on the right. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. You got this. Exhale, high to low plank. Nice job, friends. Plant your hands, step back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, look halfway up your mat. Exhale, drop to your knees. This is your break towel off. Grab some water, team. How are we doing? Good. Awesome. Take what you need here, whether that's child's pose or just a quick sip of water. I certainly need one myself. Know that at any point of practice, you can come to this version of you, this child's pose, this pause. This is the only cued break. We'll start to flow a little bit more through that series, start to expand. So take what you need. Maybe that's a quick child's pose. Maybe that's just coming to your knees, closing your eyes, connecting to your breath, your intention. We'll slowly start to make our way back to our downward facing dog. When you're ready, in 4. Take your time to get there for 3. Downward facing dog in 2. And 1. Downward facing dog. We'll start to add on to that flow, so listen here for the changes. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Pause here, square your hips. Exhale, knee to nose, make that connection. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge, step your foot in between your hands. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, eagle arms on the left. So bring your left arm under. We'll pause here for just a moment. So start to make that connection with your arms. Bring your elbows in line, forearms away from your face. Now start to squeeze your low core in. We're gonna find a big movement coming. So grab down through your front heel of your right foot. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose with your eagle arm. So send your left knee in line with your hip. Launch forward as you start to grind down through your right toe pads. Squeeze into your core here to lift your left knee a little bit higher. Breath in. Exhale, full eagle on the left. Bring your left leg over your right. You can take a toe heel by bringing your toes to the mat. Single wrap around your calf or double wrap. Where can you find your balance, your acceptance as you start to sink a little lower into your seat? If you fall out, come right back in. Find your drishti, your stillness, your point of focus. On your next breath in, slowly begin to unwind your legs. Keep your arms as they are. Exhale, eagle airplane. Start to bring your left leg behind you. Send your forearms towards the mat here as you level your heart and the crown of your head towards the front of the room. Nice little play around with balance here. We're almost there. You got this. Can you squeeze into your back glute rather and lift your back leg a little bit higher? Take one more breath in. You got this. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Float your toes or reach your fingertips behind you. Inhale, star pose. Heels in, toes out. Expand through your heart. Exhale, warrior two. We've been here before. As you inhale, reach forward with your fingertips. Exhale, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Tuck your arms from 6 to 12. Straighten out your leg. You can bring a block here under your bottom fingertips to bring the earth a little closer, but be mindful here to focus on reaching up towards the sky. You want to feel this expansion through your side body. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reverse triangle. Flip your front palm, reach up and back. Take one more breath in here as you start to reach up a little bit taller. Exhale, lizard lunge towards the front. Cartwheel your hands to the inside this time of your right foot. Toe heel your toes, back toes to face forward as you bring your right foot towards the right edge of the mat. Now you can stay lifted here onto your palms, or maybe you drop down to your back knee here to focus a little more on the hip opening. Maybe you drop down to your forearms or a block if that's available to you. Start to breathe into this space. Take one more breath in. Breath out. Start to uncurl your back toes. Come to your palms if you're not there already. Inhale, high plank. As you exhale, find your three-legged plank. So bring your right heel towards the sky. Stay here. Option to pause here, option to pulse your top leg up towards the sky as we pulse, pulse, pulse. You got this. Squeeze into your core here for 4. High to low plank in 3, 2, and 1. High to low plank. You got this. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, make that connection. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, high crescent lunge, reach your fingertips tall. As you exhale, we'll find eagle on the right. Bring your right arm under your left. Find what arm variation is calling to you. Your shoulders should feel open at this point, so maybe you start to explore something new. As you start to ground down through your front heel of your left foot. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose on the right with your eagle arms. Launch forward, bring your knee in line with your hip. Nice control. Steady breath here. Take a breath in. Exhale, full eagle on the right. Bring your right leg over your left. You can take the toe heel option by bringing your toes to the earth for a little more stability. Or you can take the single wrap and double wrap. Single low. Maybe you even bring your elbows towards your thighs. Play around. Get creative here as you start to explore. Find your focus. Connect to your breath. We're not here for too much longer. But notice where your mind goes in these moments of pause of stillness. Take one more breath in. One more breath out, sink a little lower. And on your next breath in, start to unwind your legs. Keep your arms. Exhale, eagle airplane. Bring your right leg back in space. Point your toes down, square your hips. Drop your right hip in line with your left. Keep your eagle arms as you reach your fingertips forward. Continue to feel that stretch as you send your fingertips forward through those shoulders. Take one more breath in. You got this. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Float your back toes. Reach your fingertips behind you. Inhale, start pose. Burst open towards the right side of the room. Heels in, toes out. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, triangle pose and pause here. This is our change. So feel that inner thigh stretch as you press your forearm of your left arm into your left inner thigh. Continue to reach up tall. Feel that expansion. Inhale, reverse triangle, flip your front palm. Send your back fingertips towards your back inner thigh as you reach up, breath in. Exhale, lizard lunge towards the front. Cartwheel your hands to the inside of your left foot as you pivot your toes forward. Toe heel your left foot to the left edge of your mat. You can stay lifted here on your palms. We'll be here for a few breaths, so maybe you start to drop to your back knee. Maybe you splay your left knee out towards the left side of the room. Where you start to deepen, connect here. Take one more big breath in. Big breath out. Start to come to your palms. Uncurl your toes. Inhale, high plank. Step your left foot back to meet your right. Exhale, three-legged plank. Lift your left heel high. Stay firm through your core. Hold here. Option to stay still or option to pulse your top heel. We pulse. 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 You got it for 4. High to low plank in 3. In 2. And 1, high to low plank. Nice job, friends. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, we all meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Step your foot in between your hands. Drop your back knee, uncurl your toes. Inhale, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Reach your fingertips high. Start to send your left hip forward, your right hip back. Take a breath in. Exhale, half split. Start to straighten out your right leg. Come onto that heel. Flex your toes towards the sky. Drop your fingertips to either frame out your calf, or maybe you grab for the back of your calf or a block on either side of your right leg. Continue to lift up through your hips and your heart. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, start to bend into your right leg and then frame out your right foot. Inhale, standing split. Start to come forward to your right toes. Curl your back toes, lift your left leg high. So we've transitioned here to our standing split. Start to lift through your glute. Continue to point your toes down. Square out your hips as you bring your right hip back, your left hip forward. Nice, start to ground down through your left fingertips. Inhale, revolved half moon, playing around with balance a bit here. Allow your fingertips to stay on the mat here as you start to bring your right fingertips high. Twist out your torso, but keep your hips square towards the front of the room. As you squeeze into your back glute, lift your back leg a little bit higher. Nice, now listen here, big movement coming. Take a breath in. As you exhale, step your left foot to meet your right to a forward fold variation. Keep your arms exactly where they are. So bend into your legs a lot so that you can bring your bottom fingertips towards the earth. Your right fingertips still peel open towards the sky. Breath in. Exhale, prayer twist towards the right. Bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Press your palms in towards one another as you create this one line of energy here. So we're twisting into our chair twist, bringing your tailbone down even deeper than you think you need to go. Your tailbone can come in even with the back of your knees. Feel the fire of your inner thighs turn on as you sink a little bit lower. Drive your heels apart from one another into the mat as you dig into your mat. Keep your inner thighs turned on. You got this, team. Take another breath in, breath out. One more, inhale. Exhale, drinking bird. Come up, lift through your heart, step forward into your toes, lift your heels. Reach your fingertips back. Always an option, team, to take chair plane if that is more comfortable to you by bringing your heels down to the mat. Sink a little bit lower. Zipper your thighs, your biceps in towards your spine. Melt your right heel into the earth. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose on the left. Lift your left knee high, reach your fingertips. Pause, breathe. Breath in. Exhale, standing figure four. Bring your thumbs to heart center. Cross your left heel over your right thigh as you sink low. Draw your thumbs to heart center as you lift through your heart. Maybe you start to bring your forearms towards your shin bones if that feels nice to get in towards your hips a little bit more. Or you can fight around here in stillness. You got this, not here for too much longer. Find your breath, your connection points. Take one more breath in. Breath out, sink a little bit lower. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms, float back. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, pyramid variation. Frame out your front leg. So your toes are facing forward, your feet are hips width distance apart. In this variation, your back heel is lifted, so you're keeping a wider stance. Focus on bringing your heel towards the mat to stretch out your back quad. You can stay very lifted here as you start to straighten out your front leg. Take one more breath in. Exhale, runner's lunge. Bend into your front leg. Frame out your front foot. Ground down through your left palm. Inhale, easy twist in your runner's lunge. Reach your right fingertips high. Continue to square out your hips. Breath in. Exhale, horizon lunge. Spin onto the knife edge of both of your feet. Point your toes towards the right. Claw the earth as you press your palm to lift your hips of your bottom palm. Then reach your back fingertips towards the back of the room. You got this. Bring your gaze to follow here towards the back of the room. Just a little bit more here. Start to ground down through your left palm. Inhale, side plank. Start to stack your heels or reach your right fingertips high. You can come down to your back knee here and supported side plank if that feels nicer. We're here for 4. High to low plank in 3. You got this. Let's a little higher for 2. And 1, high to low plank chaturanga. Nice job, team. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We got one more side to go. You got this, team. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Step through with control. Drop your back knee. Uncurl your toes. Inhale, low lunge. Reach up. Bring your front knee over your heel. Then start to send your right hip back, your left hip forward. Feel that stretch through your quad and your psoas. Inhale, grow tall through your fingertips. Exhale, half split. Straighten out your left leg. Come to your heels. Flex your toes. Find the arm variation that is calling to you. I like to grab for the back of my calf. Or start to honor this micro bend in my knee here as I grab for either side of my quad. Keep your toes pointed in towards your face. Keep your hips lifted, your heart lifted. You got this, team. Where does your mind choose to go in these moments of pause? Take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, start to bend into your left leg. Frame out your left foot. Uncurl your back toes. Lift your knee. Inhale, standing split. Shift forward to your left toes. Lift your right leg high. Even out your hips here. So send your left hip back. Drop your right hip down. Start to engage that glute. Pinky edge side of your right foot is pointed down. Start to ground down through your right palm. Inhale, revolve half moon. Reach your left fingertips towards the sky. Option here, if this is a lot, to drop your back toes, or you can stay lifted here as you focus on the balance challenge. Start to twist open through your torso. Reach up nice and tall towards the sky. As you inhale, lift your back heel a little bit higher. You can. Exhale, step your right foot to meet your left. Come into this forward fold variation. Keep your arms as they are. Bend your knees. Keep your arms out to this twisted T. Take a breath in. Exhale, chair twist. Hook your right elbow towards the outside of your left knee. Bring your palms together in prayer. Elbows in one line of energy. Then square your hips by bringing your knees into one line. Sink into your heels. Drop your tailbone down. Lift up through your heart. Drive through your right elbow. Use this as a vehicle here as you press into your outer left knee to rotate your torso. Find this twist. With every breath in, feel that length. With every breath out, twist a little deeper. You got this. Feel the twist. One more breath. Exhale, drinking bird. Slightly rise up, bring your heart up as you reach your fingertips back. Stay firm into your toe pads as you lift your heels. Spin your pinkies in towards one another. Lift up through your heart as if you're flying here. Then start to melt your left heel to the earth. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Lift your right knee high. Right leg is lifted, toes are pointed forward. Breath in. Exhale, standing figure four. Bring your right heel to your left inner thigh. Draw your thumbs to heart center, sink low. Feel your inner connection as you draw your thumbs in towards your heart. Option to bring your forearms to your shin bone as you fold or stay here. You're almost there, team. You got this. One more breath in. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Unwind, lift your right leg high. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Float your toes back or reach your fingertips behind you. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, pyramid variation. Frame out your front leg. Straighten out your leg here as you pivot your stance. Feet hips width distance apart. Back heel still lifted. Keep a generous bend here in your front leg. Feel that opening through your hamstring. Take one more breath in. Exhale, runner's lunge. Bend into your left knee so it comes over your heel. Stay light into your fingertips. Then drive into your right palm. Inhale, easy twist. Lift your left fingertips towards the sky. We're almost there, team. You got this. Gaze up. Exhale, horizon lunge. Spin onto the knife edge of both of your feet. Point your toes towards the left. Reach your left fingertips back. Claw the earth here. Protect your lower wrist, but then drive into your finger pads as you lift your hips a little bit higher. Start to drive into the back edge of your foot as well. Feel that opening of your top hip flexor. Now take another breath in. Exhale, side plank, right down through your right palm. Stack your heels, lift your left fingertips high. The last four. Lift a little bit higher for 3, 2, 1. High to low plank. Nice job, team. You made it. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, half pigeon on the right. Bring your right knee to the outside of your right wrist. Allow your left leg to fall long behind you. Then come onto your fingertips and zipper your inner thighs in as you squeeze your thighs together to square your hips. Lift through your heart, breath in. Exhale, sleeping pigeon. Start to bring your forearms towards the earth. Come down any amount that feels good to you. Maybe you come to a block. Maybe you place a block under your right hip if it's lifted. Start to deepen the breath. Allow yourself this moment of silence. Take one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Gently start to come to your fingertips if you're not there already. Start to uncurl your back toes, lift your back knee. Inhale, three-legged dog, extend your right leg high. As you exhale, bend into your right leg. Option to take some hip circles here, taking 360-degree circles of the leg. If that feels good, you can stay here. Maybe you start to find wild things. You flip your downward facing dog. Press into your heels, lift your heart, reach your fingertips high. You choose to go in your journey where you need. Find any layer that is calling to you. We'll all meet back in downward facing dog in 4. Take your time. 3, 2, 1, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon on the left. Draw your left knee to the outside of your left wrist. Let your right leg fall off. Come onto your fingertips as you inhale, lift through your heart. Exhale, sleeping pigeon. Starting to slow the heart rate down. Starting to find even slow breath here. Where can you shift to acceptance in this moment? Take one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, gently start to come to your fingertips if you're not there already. Uncurl your back toes, lift your knee. Inhale, three-legged dog, lift your left leg high. You can bend your knee here, take any variation that you may have on the other side, circle your hips. Find wild thing, what is calling to you in this moment? Here for 4. Down dog in 3. Hips high in 2. And 1, down dog. Inhale, shift forward to your high plank. Using your last bit of core engagement, slowly with control, lower down for 4. Come to your belly in 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down, bring your chin to the center of your mat. Extend your fingertips long behind you. Bring your inner thighs together as you flip the tops of your feet into the mat. Exhale, let all of the stale air leave your body here. Take one nice breath out. Inhale, locust pose. Lift up as you fill up with air. Lift your heart, lift everything as if you're flying through the sky. Breathe, take small sips of air, squeeze your biceps together. Maybe you interlace your fingers here and take a bounded locust variation. Lift a little higher for 4. Lower in 3, 2, 1. Release down. Bring your right cheek to rest on the mat. Close your eyes. Allow your arms to fall along by your side. Your fingertips reach back. Bring your chin back to the center of your mat. Option in our second back bend. So we're going to take seated bow. Always an option to come to another locust pose if that's calling to you, or baby cobra. For seated bow, bend into both knees. Grab for the inside or outside arches of your feet or your ankles. Exhale all of the air. Inhale, seated bow. Bring your feet into your hands into your feet. Kick into one another. Create that traction. Lift up through your heart. Take small sips of air. You got this. For 4. Lift a little higher for 3, 2, 1. Release. Draw your left cheek to the mat. Close your eyes. Bend your knees. Windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Now let your legs fall long onto the mat. Bring your palms under your shoulders. Press up to stand on your knees. Then bring your sit bones towards your heels. Come into this hero's variation. Plant your hands on either side of your hips. Start to roll over to a seat with your legs extended long out in front of you, preparing for a seated forward fold. So come to sit onto the mat. Flex your toes. As you inhale, reach your fingertips high towards the sky. Exhale, seated forward fold, taking this counter stretch for our back bend. So bend into your knees so that you can grab for the backs of your feet. Squeeze your shoulder blades. On your next inhale, slowly come to rise up to your seat. As you exhale, lower all the way down to your back. Maybe you scoot slightly forward as you come to lie all the way down. Then bring your knees in towards your chest. Squeeze in nice and tight, maybe rock from side to side. As you inhale, squeeze a little tighter. As you exhale, extend your left leg on the mat to rest. As you inhale, squeeze your right knee in towards your right armpit. Exhale, supine twist. Guide your knee over towards the left. You can use your left palm to guide you, or you can let gravity do the work as you glue your shoulders to the mat. Let this just come from your low spine. Gaze towards the sky or towards the right side of the room. Inhale, bring both knees back in towards your chest. Neutralize your spine here. As you exhale, let your right leg fall long to rest on the earth. As you inhale, plug your left knee in towards your left armpit. Exhale, supine twist. Guide your knee over towards the right. Let your left shoulder become heavy as you twist. Maybe you gaze towards your left fingertips or towards the sky. Breathe. As you inhale, bring your knees in towards your chest. Exhale, happy baby pose. Grab for the inside or outside arches of your feet, your calves, wherever on your legs as you allow your soles of your feet to come towards the sky. Maybe you playfully rock from side to side as you smile in gratitude. One more breath in. As you exhale, release the bind. Then draw your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze. Maybe your shoulders lift as you bring your forearms around your shins. Bring your knees in towards your lips. Curl up into this tiny ball. Squeeze into every muscle in the body. Big, deep breath in. Exhale, Shavasana. Your final resting pose. Allow your legs to fall long. Your arms to fall wide. Take up as much space as you need as you allow yourself to become heavy. Start to feel the sense of acceptance of where you are in this present space as you allow yourself to settle in. I'll call you out in just a few moments. When you're ready, and only when you are ready, gently start to invite yourself back into this space. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your wrists, your ankles. And on your inhale, take a nice full body stretch. Allow your fingertips to dive overhead as you point your toes. Feel that length through your spine. Exhale, roll onto your favorite side in a fetal pose. Bend your knees, allow your biceps to become a pillow here as you rest on your side. Find this moment here in gratitude to thank yourself for showing up, for diving into this acceptance for you, for others, as you gather here as a community to flow, to love one another. And once you honor this space, gently start to press your way up to an easy seat, Sukhasana. Cross your legs over one another, sit up nice and tall. Draw your thumbs to heart center as you close your eyes. We'll seal our practice here with 2 breaths all together. Deep breath in through the nose, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, let it out. One more like that, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Friends, thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice. It's always an honor and a privilege to be here in this space with all of you. We draw our thumbs to our third eye, the space between our eyebrows, a seat of intuition of love. Know that the light, student and teacher in me, honors, loves, and sees the light, the student, the teacher in each and every one of you. We bow and say, Namaste. Thank you all, team, so much for joining me. If you have any questions or feedback, as always, feel free to let me know. I'm gonna unmute you guys. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you enjoyed class and have a nice weekend if I don't see you before. Thank you guys so much.
Love you.
Thanks,
Bye,
Michael.
Bye, guys, thank you so much.
Awesome class.
Oh, thank you. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.